Going on, family? In this training, we're going to be going over market structure. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so market structure, right? So the trade is going to make a move, whether it's up, down, don't matter, right? But we're just going to start with up just for the sake of the training. Okay, so the market has three main directions that it moves in: up, down, and sideways. Okay, there's either uptrend, downtrend, or consolidation, or it's ranging. Okay, that's the only possible options. Okay, but the market is going to make a move up, right? It's gonna make its first push, initial push, right? It's gonna hit a form of resistance. Traders start taking profit, right? It's gonna create a pullback, right? That pullback is gonna come down and find some level of support. Okay, it's gonna find some level of support, right? We know up top is resistance. Let me make this red real quick. So we know up top is resistance, right? And we know down here is support. Okay, so I'm gonna use red as resistance and blue as support. Okay. Okay. So once the trade finds support, okay, bears are trying to sell at resistance and bulls are trying to buy at support. Okay. So it's very important to know where your support and resistance are because those are where bulls and bears are going to try to sell and buy at. Okay. So once it finds a support, it's going to continue, right? Continue the uptrend. Okay. Once resistance is broken, it then turns into support. Okay. When it comes back down to retest, it then turns into support. Okay, so I'm gonna make this half of the resistance blue, just to signal the support. Okay. Okay. So when the trade comes back down to retest, it has two possible options. Okay. It can either retest off of the previous higher high or the previous higher low. Okay. So you already know you should always be trading with the trend. But now you know the trend is not officially over. Okay. Trend is not officially over unless the higher low is broken and retested. Okay. So until the previous higher low is broken and retested, it's still an uptrend. You're still going to be you're still going to have a bullish bias. Okay. You're still going to be looking for a buy. Okay. So until the higher low, okay, until the higher low is broken and retested, it's still an uptrend. Okay, just keep that in mind in the back of your head while you're trading. That when it retests, it can and will either retest off the higher high or the higher low. Okay, so let's continue with the trend. Just delete these real quick. Okay, but just keep that in mind. Okay, up top we hit another resistance, right? Okay, again, once resistance is broken, it then turns into support. Okay, once resistance is broken, it then turns into support when it comes back to retest. Okay, and then oftentimes you will see a very familiar pattern called the head and shoulders. Okay, the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, this just signals that the possible uptrend, possibly that the uptrend is over. Okay, so I'm going to use red for the downtrend. Okay, now on a downtrend, okay, same thing as the uptrend is just flipped. All right, on a downtrend, it can either retest off of the previous lower low or the previous lower high. Okay, so just like the uptrend, it has two options. Okay, low, 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 high. So it has two options. It can either retest off the low, low or the lower high before continuing the downtrend. Okay, so it could either boom. I don't have much room, but get the picture. Okay. So uptrend can either retest off of the higher high or the higher low, and a downtrend can retest off of the lower low or the lower high. Okay. So now we're going to see what that looks like on the chart. All right. So it makes more sense for you guys. Okay. So we're looking at Euro U right now. Okay. And we're going to show you, the concept of the break and retest and everything like that. Okay. Okay. So here we have the start of an uptrend. Okay. Where's the play button? Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have the start of an uptrend occurring as we speak. Okay, so as you see, the previous high was broken. Okay, so what you want to do is put your resistance line right at the previous higher high. Okay, so this is labeled a higher high simply because it's higher than the previous high. Okay, I'm just gonna label them. Okay, this is our higher low. Okay, so we're making sequences of high highs and high lows. Okay, so now, right, to enter the trade, we're waiting on the retest of the previous higher high. Okay, but we also know, two options. You could either retest the higher high or the higher low. Okay, so we're looking for either boom, right, at the retest, or right for it to come down. Again, two options: the high, low, and then take off. Okay, there's always two options. Okay, so let's see how it plays out, right? Okay, as you see, so I'm gonna pause it right there. As you see, it came back to retest. Okay, so this is where you would enter. Boom. All right, the retest of the higher high. Okay, and up top, we see clearly the trade has hit some form of resistance. So you can put your resistance line up top. Okay, and again, once resistance is broken, it turns into support. Okay, once resistance is broken, it turns into support. Okay, so let's see how it plays out. Okay, boom, retested the higher high, and boom, now it's taking off. Okay, now it's going. Okay, so in order to continue this uptrend, we know we need a higher high, right? We need a new higher high, right? We have sequences of higher highs and high lows forming, right? Higher highs and higher lows forming. So in order to continue this uptrend, we know we need another higher high. Okay, so say you missed this entry down here at the retest of the previous higher high. It's cool. You just be patient and wait for your next opportunity, right? Wait for this resistance zones to be broken, and then you can get in on the retest. Okay. Now let's see. I'm gonna just speed this up. Okay, so broke the high, right? All right, broke the high, came down, retested immediately. Okay, as you see right there, retested. Okay, we formed a new higher high. Okay, and a new higher low as well. All right, and as you see, right, trade continued up, made a new higher high, right, another higher high. Okay, came down and retested off the previous higher high. You see that? And then take off. Okay, and so 80%, about 85% of the time, you will get a retest. That's why it's always safer to enter the trade off of a retest. Okay, that other 15% will give you something like this, where you'll get a little pullback, a little dip, but it won't go all the way down to the previous higher high or the previous higher low to retest. Okay, that's just, it is what it is at that point. You know what I'm saying? You missed it. It is what it is. No one will be able to tell that this was going to happen. Okay, so can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't put that on you that you missed it. It's something really, really hard to catch. Okay, so 80% of the time you will come off of the retest. Okay, but now it made the higher high right here, right, and our higher low. It's very, very small. Okay, very close to each other, but it's still the new higher high and higher low. Okay, so now we're waiting for a retest of either the previous higher high or higher low. All right, so let's continue. Okay, as you see, came down and retested off of the previous higher high. Okay, so you guys get the idea. You guys get the big picture. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to, right, the break of structure, how it looks like, what's gonna happen. Okay, all sorts of things. Okay, so I'm just gonna speed this up real quick and get to that. Okay, so as we know, like we just went through this, the uptrend is not officially over until the previous higher low is broken and retested. Okay, so let's wait for the uptrend structure to be broken. Okay, so boom, right here, the uptrend structure is broken. Okay, the previous higher low, which is right here, higher low. Okay, this is the last higher high. Okay, the higher low has been broken. Okay, so now, so it won't always be a head and shoulders. It could just be a simple break of structure. Okay, so now we're waiting for, right, in order to enter this for a sell, because uptrend is broken. We only want to trade with the trend. Okay, so now we're waiting for a pullback to the higher low so we can enter in for the sell. Okay. Okay, again, there's no time on the retest. Okay, retest happens whenever it happens. Okay, boom, we get the retest. Okay, boom, now you can enter the retest of the higher low. Right, and boom, take off. And the downtrend, same thing as an uptrend. Okay, same thing is just reverse. So it's a little bit, it could be a little bit tricky. All right. So downtrend, the lower low, right? The lower low, it's the lower high. The lower low has just been broken, right? The lower low has just been broken. And so now we have to wait for a retest, right? Say you missed, right? Say you missed this entry up here at the retest of the higher low. It's cool. Just be patient, wait for your next entry. Okay, because you never want to get in the middle. That's the worst thing to do. Worst thing you could possibly do is get in the middle, because then it's a 50-50 ball game. And do you really want to just try your luck with your money, or do you want to, or do you want some guaranteed money, right? Do you want some, confirmations? Do you want more confirmation that you're actually going to make money instead of just throwing it up there 50-50 and gambling? All right. So wait for the retest. Okay. Boom. You get the retest. Okay. Okay. But we know, let me pause this real quick. We know that the trade can either retest off of the previous lower low or the previous lower high. Okay. So again, just because the trade right now is making higher highs and higher lows, that does not mean it's an uptrend yet. Okay, it's not officially an uptrend until the bearish integrity has been broken. Okay, so until the lower high is broken and retested, there is still bears in the market. It's still a bearish market. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Is going to retest the lower high right now. Okay, it's retesting off of the previous higher high. Okay. Okay, so it didn't get quite all the way to the lower high, which is cool, right? We missed it, right? Didn't anticipate it just to reach up to here. Okay, boom. So, right, we missed that entry. It's cool. The market's always gonna give you other entries. I promise. It's gonna give you multiple entries for a trade. Okay, can wait for the lower low, right? The retest of the lower low. Okay. Okay, as you see, okay, the retest at the lower low failed. So the lower high is the next option. Okay, so you can see the lower high is holding up so far. Okay, boom. Okay, so just be courteous that there's two options, the lower low or the lower high for the retest. Okay. Okay, so let me pause this real quick. So as you see, right, we were on a downtrend, right? And we were making lower lows, lower highs, yada, yada. Everything was good. Okay. We started making higher highs and higher lows right here. Okay. It retested off the lower high. But as you see, it didn't, didn't make any progress. Let me see how many pips we got out of that. It's still not bad. Got a total of 131 pips, which again, it's not bad at all. Right? Not bad at all. Okay. But you see right here, the previous lower high has been broken. Okay. The previous lower high has been broken. Okay. So now we know, okay, downtrend is most likely over. Okay. It's coming to retest the previous lower high area right here that it just broke. Okay, the lower high is this whole area right here, right? Because this is the same lower high, right? It rejected at the same price. Okay, so trades coming to retest. Okay, so we can expect an uptrend, right? We can expect an uptrend. Okay, see, boom, look, retest failed. This happens. It's the name of the game. This is why losses are a thing. You will never be 100% correct, right? You'll never have a 100% winning streak in Forex. It's just not a thing. Losses come with the game. Okay, we seen the break. The retest failed. This is why we always got to wait for the retest. Okay, the retest failed, right? You will be able to see it, right? Because you should be waiting for multiple rejections anyways, at least 3 to 4 rejections, just to solidify that that area is a support or indeed a resistance. Okay, so you should always wait for a couple rejections. Okay. Okay, but boom, right? We get the right, we get a downtrend. Okay, back to the downtrend for me. So we know we are going to wait for the retest of the lower low or the lower high. Well, this is where Euro U is currently at. So there is no more playback. Okay, but we're waiting for the retest of either the lower low or the lower high. Okay, so either one. All right, and that really concludes today's training, market structure. I hope this helped you guys a lot. If you have any questions, you can contact me on Instagram or through the RH Made app, or you can contact anybody in the RH Made app with the green check. They'll be able to help you and point you in the right direction. Okay. Till then, I live stream every week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Okay, on Tuesdays I do market setups, and on Wednesdays I do trainings, and on Thursdays do a little bit of both. Okay. So I'll catch you guys in the next live.